straight up from SoCal, Hollywood to the slums. Get burnt by the Cali sun on the west side. East Coast where you at? Got in New York like a net on a jet to London. To Brazil, to Quebec, like the whole world took back to far. Tell them, lay back, slow down. Better represent when we come to your town. So lay back, slow down. What you represent when we come to your down. Say, get in with the business, I'ma be there in a minute. I just booked a Paris ticket, thinking Russia need a visit. I'ma run it to the limit, and me, I'ma win a Venice. LA got the people saying, Brooklyn saying, Hacienda saying, Vegas saying, Rio saying, Tokyo saying, down under saying, Miami saying, Jamaica. Every city, every state, every country you know, all around the globe. Every city, every state, every country you know, this is how it goes. Tell them where I'm at from the back to the everything fat. I'm float on a track, my girls all stacked. When I roll down the window, let me know where you at. Atlanta, north, south, Kickalack, Texas grill, Cadillacs, through Miami, then back to London, Jamaica, then France. The whole world took effect to fart. Tell them, lay back, slow down. Better represent when we come to your town. So lay back, slow down. What you represent when we come to your down. Say, get in with the business when I come from Kansas City.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Golden State Warriors going up against the Indiana Pacers. For the Pacers, they won their last contest, that game against the Hornets in Charlotte. That game was a real shootout. They'd like to keep their scoring up, but get a few more stops, too. And coming out of the All-Star break, most players have gotten a chance to rest up a little bit. Shaq, you rarely got a chance to feel what that's like.
You know, if you're playing in the All-Star game, your body does not get to rest. But you shouldn't complain. The fans voted you in. It's a moment that will never come again to some of these players. Enjoy it. But mentally, you do get a break from having to go out and win key games.
Yeah, on one hand, rest does help. I would say that. But on the other hand, you definitely, as a team and as an individual, have to get back into a rhythm. So starting strong after the All-Star break was always crucial for the teams that I played on, and especially for those bubble teams.
Almost game time. Let's get you out to Kevin Harlan for the call.
At 16 from IUPUI, number 3, the hometown hero, George Hill. At center, 16, 10 inches, number 27, Jordan Hill. Starting at center, 7 feet, number 12, Andrew Rockets. At shooting guard, 6 foot 6 inches, number 0, CJ Miles. Starting at small forward, standing 6 foot 8, number 13, Paul George.
the day that George Washington was born. 2K Sports brings you the best in NBA coverage. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg alongside. And our sideline reporter tonight is Doris Burke. The Warriors are in the midst of a road trip going into this one. Well, they're entering a bit of a zone. Last outing for Indiana. They won that game against the Hornets in Charlotte.
You could see it in that game, despite the odds going against them. Once it got to OT, they had that belief and resolve that they could win it.
And, Greg, sometimes we've seen it happen where a team that's supposed to be the underdog gets the game into OT, and then the momentum swings their way.
Pacers trail by 3. Outside, George. From 12 feet out. Good. He hits the jump shot.
What handles? Broke the D down to the ground with that move.
Golden State's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Freak dishes to Henderson. Here's Stuckey. That is good.
Wow, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Watson kicks to Turner. Passes it to Roten. 52 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Count the bucket.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And watch, Clark, how the game plays out, because this is going to open things up on the perimeter.
Here's Freak. And he uses the glass on the layup.
It's like everybody is in a rhythm right now. Incredible stuff here early on.
Both teams playing downhill. You know, coaches say that all the time. You want to play downhill. Well, at some point you think somebody's got to cool off in this one, right?
George passes to Turner. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Roten. Tries to save it. Good work defensively by Stuckey. Here's Freak. And Turner with the block. Here's George. And it would have counted had it.
Here we go, Pacers fans. Now coming on the court are your Pacers.
And off we go. A close game. Now starting the second quarter. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
You can tell the point of emphasis has been to get to the offensive glass.
Yep, and they've set the tone.
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Mahinmi's checked in for Bogut. Turner comes in for Hill. George is checked in for C.J. Miles. And it's Watson in for George Hill. Turner is out there with Mahinmi. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Tony Roten. And it's Watson in at the point guard. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Puts it up off the inbound. That's good from Roten on the assist from Mahinmi.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Freak dishes to Bass. The 11-footer hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Bass has got the lead up to 8 now for the Warriors. Watson kicks to Turner. They set the pick. .125 left in the first half of the game. Now here's Freak, defended by George. And it's Freak missing. Indiana's gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Indiana moving the ball around. Dishes it to Watson. Launches a three. He gets it to go. Watson's got his second basket of the night.
That shot becomes effortless for him when he is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
Freak kicks to Anderson. Bass with the screen. Stuckey into the lane. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Draymond Green comes in for Looney and Curry. And we finished one half of basketball. Warriors lead by 7. And now let's catch up with Doris Burch standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Andre, what has been the underlying principle of how you and the team have taken the floor tonight?
Communication. Communication doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but in order for us to be a good team, everyone has to be on the same page, and we're doing it tonight.
Andre, thank you. Kevin, one of those intangibles you always look to.
All right, Doris, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Okay, that was some strong work in the first half. Let's talk about what we got to do to keep this crowd out of the game. Well, our on-the-ball defense was pretty solid in the first half. We cut a lot of their possessions short by coming up with steals before they had a chance to set up. Stay tight on the ball like that. Keep denying them space. Something I did like? Well, a bunch of times we forced a turnover that led directly to a bucket. I wouldn't mind seeing that happen a few more times after the half. And let's try to play the second half at a moderate pace. Not too slow, but not too fast that it turns into a shootout. That's not what we want. All right, we're in good shape, but this is a strong team we're up against. We're going to have to weather some storms in the second half. Come on, fellas, we got this.
The second half just about to get going here.
How about Steph Curry in this one? He's got 14 points, and he's managed to get 4 of his points by way of the free throw line.
And Clark, that might not make the highlight reel, but those are important points nonetheless.
Last outing for Golden State, it was a loss to Milwaukee.
And one of the factors, Kevin, that really hurt them in that game, the lack of success at the foul line. We all know how much those free throw woes can cost you.
And it gave those opposing fans a boost every time another foul shot.
So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors, pulling out the W.
Thank you, Kevin. Stephen, with a nice win following a tough loss last time out, was there...
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Stephen Curry.
I will say this about Steph Curry. There is no player in the league more capable.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.
Let's speak.